Hi, CalTPA people. This is Keisha Fiore from New Teachers Thriving Community on Facebook, and I am excited to be here with you today to talk about the difference between educational technology and technology. This is something that I see a lot when helping people with their CalTPA. There seems to be some confusion about what it means to use educational technology in the classroom. And I think that's normal because we're constantly being bombarded with newer and newer technology. But it makes me think of what we had to do when we had to shut down and work with the students online during the pandemic. Prior to the pandemic, technology was do some typing, do your intervention program, answer some emails. Teachers used it for their curriculum guides, etc. But during the pandemic, it really challenged us to look outside the box and think about how can these apps and these websites help us teach students? How can students learn from technology? And so today we are going to talk about the difference between educational technology and technology. So I want to read to you what the CalTPA guide, Cycle 2, says about educational technology. And of course, I had it pulled up. And then when I shortened it on the screen, it moved it. Thanks a lot. Okay, so it says that educational technology is any digital or virtual tool used to impact the teaching and learning process within an educational environment. Okay, so the words that I pull out of there is tool and impact. So it's a tool that impacts teaching and learning. Okay, that's pretty vague. It's still not very specific. So what I want to do is then go to the rubrics. I know I have a virtual background, so then showing that doesn't help much. Okay, the rubrics. This is your guide for writing for everything. Okay, the rubrics let us know that educational technology is to enhance, improve, and demonstrate knowledge and skills and abilities related to the learning goal. Okay, so this is when we're using all the apps, right? It also further explains that this needs to be something that can be done, could not be achieved outside of a non-digital format, right? So if we're taking the worksheet and putting it online, that's not educational technology. If we want kids to type their essay instead of handwrite it, that's not educational technology. It's not enhancing, building, or demonstrating their knowledge, skills, and abilities. We want the technology to help teach them in a new and different way than what we were able to do on our own. This, we are getting them ready for 21st century learning. But guys, ChatGPT is the conversation right now. What are we doing? What are we going to do? How are we going to engage students in learning using these new technologies without cheating? What does this look like? What new world are we in? Let me tell you, I use ChatGPT to help me write my um, advertisements and my sales for my TPA programs or for my classroom management support programs. There's so much value in some of these resources, and we're going to have to learn to embrace it. So, as a new teacher, in this 21st century learning in 2023 and beyond, we need to engage students with technology, not as much as possible, because I'm not a fan of walking into a class and just seeing kids typing away, but having them really know how to use technology to enhance their learning. What can they do? How can they um, show and model their learning in a new and different way? So, let me give you some examples. One example might be that students use their academic vocabulary or their learning to create an advertisement or a commercial where they have to incorporate pictures and words and content into some sort of a recording, right? Can students use infographics and prezis? Can they create information on some sort of Google collaboration, on a Google um, presentation? Can they use Kahoot, Jamboard, Padlet? I'm reading off some of the ones that are usually used. Lookits, Edpuzzles, Poplets, Nearpods, Padlets, Seesaws, Pear Decks. Can they use these to grow in their understanding and enhance their learning? What kind of feedback does it give? What kind of resource is it for the student to better understand the concept that they're trying to learn, or to demonstrate their learning and understanding of that, right? Typing an essay is not demonstrating their understanding using educational technology. So educational technology enhances the learning. Technology makes life easier. It gives us, what's the word I just thought of? It gives us, the word's not coming to me. It it makes life easier. It's where we store our information. It's where we go in and we create our lists and we write our essays, or we grade the assignments, or we check our emails. But technology is a tool to do our work. Educational technology enhances the learning. Okay. Um, the level 3 on the rubric is that you can describe how the educational technology is used to enhance and improve their learning. A level 4 and above is students are pretty skilled at using technology, and they get to choose a format to show their learning in how they want to demonstrate their learning. So they could be given an assignment and they choose the type of technology that they want to use to demonstrate or provide feedback for that learning. So if you said, create a commercial, some might record it and post it on a Flipgrid, and some may use some editing tools and images and splice together their commercials. Some might come up with a Google Docs presentation and present their information. So when they get choice of technology and when they get to demonstrate their learning, and we are giving them UDL choices, now we're in the level 4 on the rubric. Or if students are engaged in collaborating outside of the classroom with others in the outside world to enhance peer or group collaboration in or beyond the classroom, online documents, online interactions with students in another school, another state or country, or with members of the community outside of school. And they list creating podcasts as one of those suggestions. That is also using educational technology. So setting up a discussion board or a forum where there's conversation happening within or outside of the classroom could be a level 4. Okay. And then a level 5, which I don't really set as a goal. I think that some of those level 5s are definitely for the outside the box thinkers and those who really want to understand more and more. But the level 5 says that the use of educational technology is used to modify or redefine the task in a way that would not be possible without utilizing the specific technology. So now they are changing, they're creating, they're determining their own learning at this point. This is more of a, in my mind, a flipped classroom kind of model where the kids get the information and then they implement that information into some sort of understanding and learning. Okay. Um, what we want to do is make sure that you are using technology correctly for your CalTPA, that you are not just giving them a computer or giving them a Chromebook or giving them a tablet and asking them to do work on there. that the apps and the activities that you have them do enhance their learning. And some key things that you can put in your TPA to model that is, do they get immediate feedback? Does it provide support and scaffolds if they're making mistakes? What feedback can they get about their learning from using this technology? How does it help you understand their learning? How does it help the teacher know how the students are doing, right? So those are some things to think about if you're going to use an app, something like that. If they're using a Nearpod or a Pear Deck or a Padlet or a Pear Deck, and they're showing their work on there, how are you able to interact and engage with them? How are you able to see if they're getting it, if they're not? Excuse me. And that is creating this discussion board and collaboration that doesn't exist just even if they're working in small groups, right? So there's lots of things that you can use out there, but just really consider, what are you using to enhance, improve, and let them demonstrate their knowledge and skills beyond what could be achieved in a non-digital format. Please reach out to me at New Teachers Thriving, at Keisha Fiore on Messenger if you've got questions. And please, if you're looking for help on the CalTPA, reach out. I've got some resources for you, and you can read about those in the description below. Have a great day.